This purple line indicates you're still in a big boy buyer's mode. We cannot trade the design and the direction of the red candle. Do not enter late. Do not chase the market. If you hear about an opportunity, it's late. Buying and selling is as simple as it sounds, is actually complex. Who's moving the market? You or me? Or big boys? Big boys, right? We all know that. The big boys are moving the market, which means what we're seeing is a big boy receipt, because this is a transaction that has already taken place, okay? What you're trying to do is, based on the receipt, judge him and saying, I know what he's doing. So this is where many traders go wrong sometimes. Just because they see a red candle, they think that the next candle should be red also. So we got to understand these things first. You want to have a car? Okay, this is my nice boxed car, and we got your horrible iPhone, okay? Yeah, we'll call this the Ferrari, and this is the iPhone. Okay, now, when this car gets released into the market, brand new, how is the demand? The demand is high. Everybody wants this. What happens when the demand is high? What happens to the price? Prices go up, keeps rising. The big boys, they buy. Now, what's unique about the big boy about getting that car? Who gets the car first, the big boys or the market? Just think about it. Do VIPs get access to exclusive stuff, or does the market get access to exclusive stuff? It's always going to be the big boys or VIPs, right? So all the activity is already happening down here. As the prices keep going up, the smart VIPs are like, I don't want it. Screw that. I can always buy any car I want. I don't need it anymore. That price is way too high. But unfortunately, in the market, there's a guy out there who says, if I don't buy that Ferrari, I'm not going to look good. I'm not going to get any girls, and I'm going to be a loser for my whole life. So I need that car. It's expensive. Who cares? I'll just buy it. Okay, I'll buy it. He keeps buying it up there. Higher prices. More and more of these type of guys keeps coming in. Like, hey man, my neighbor just bought this car. Screw him. I'm going to buy that same car with leather seats. You know, I'm going to get a better edition. The next guy comes in. You know what? I want it with air conditioning. Okay, this is a horrible example because all Ferraris have leather seats and air conditioning, but you get the idea. People are just paying more and more for something that was initially valued at this price. Okay? Now, from this concept, as the demand starts to decrease, like when the prices get too high, everyone's like, you know what, even I cannot afford it anymore. It's too expensive. You know what, I cannot afford it anymore. It's too expensive. I cannot afford it anymore. It's too expensive. All these people suddenly start saying, I don't want it anymore. And what does the Ferrari dealership have to do? Hey man, no one's buying. So if no one buys, what should I do? Discount. Here we go. Prices start to come down. Discount. And as they start to discount, those who bought it up here, they still have to pay their loans on very expensive prices. You guys notice this is happening with home buying as well? People buy houses right when everybody is buying houses, and they're stuck inside a loan, and when the housing market crashes, everyone still has to pay the loan to the bank because that house is not paid off in cash. They don't have big boy pockets, right? So now they're like, oh my god, I lost so much value. Not just that, I'm paying on a house that's losing value, and I'm also paying interest on that. What is happening to my life? Is this a bad joke? This happens all the time. This is happening not just to the housing market, it's happening in every market. This is how the markets move, okay? Now, as the prices go back down, what happens? You know what? I'll buy one more. Same guy. He buys another one. Notice why he buys it. He buys it again from down here, while everybody else is like, you know what? Sell the Ferrari, sell the Ferrari, sell the Ferrari, because the Ferrari is losing value. Sell it, sell it. I don't want it anymore. And this guy's like, hey, I got a discount. Dude, buy it. What's wrong with you? You see the logic in the thinking of the market? These up and down movements are prints of the big boys. I call it prints because these are orders that he's gone through. Does that make sense? So people are entering very late. Now, let's put this back into perspective for the markets of, okay, how do we then understand buyers and sellers? Let's go back.
Now, are you curious about the exact strategy Navin has been using to approach the markets? The Mastering Price Action course reveals all of that. In that course, you're going to understand the logic behind each price action movement. And from that, you will be able to take your trading to the next level by having a much more solid understanding of the markets. And because you're a subscriber, just click on the link in the description below to access our exclusive discount. Time to take your trading to the next level. All right, let's get back to the video.
Now we see this market here, right? USD CAD, this is the daily chart. The markets were going upwards. They halted, they went upwards, halted down a little bit, tried to go upwards, changed direction, going downwards, halted, going downwards, halting a bit, and trying to resume downwards. Okay, now, always you have to look at something called the big trend, okay? The big trend gives you a fair clue of which way is the market headed, okay? So which direction is the market headed? Up or down? Currently, down. Okay, as soon as you know that information, check, your job is done, okay? Now, before we change the time frame, we need one more check thing to do. So we know it's a downtrend, that's a given. How is the speed? Let's manage the speed. It went down like this, it pulled back that much. Is that still strong? That's still strong. It went down this much and it pulled back that much. Is that still strong? Yeah, that's still strong. It went down this much, pulled back that much. Is that still strong? Oh yeah. It went down this much. Notice how each move is slightly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it's pulling back this much. Now, wait, the pullback's a little bit deeper in this one, right? Okay, now it's slowing down a bit, but however, the tendency of this big boy is to keep going down. Okay, we know that information so far. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this information one step lower. We're gonna take it the next time frame down, which is the 4-hour time frame, which means to make a daily chart, you need how many 4-hour candles to make one daily chart? 6. Okay, which direction was the daily? Down. Direction of the daily was down. Now we're in the 4-hour time frame, which is one time frame lower, and we're watching this. Oh, we can see that down coming in. Look at that. I can see the fine details, all of the stuff he's been doing. I can see he's bought his wife some shoes, he sold some jewelry. You can see everything that the big boy did. Okay, and then suddenly you're noticing during the pullback, this thing starts to move like this. Whoa, what is this? A higher low sequence, higher high sequence. Now the markets are going upwards. What does that mean? It's an uptrend. Now, but who is the uptrend for? The uptrend is for the smaller boy. It is for the guy on the lower end, because remember, everyone who was selling with the big boys are suddenly panicking like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's going up, it's going up. So that means if I'm selling my, for example, my iPhone for, let's say $600, and I'm getting this price, okay? So I'm getting this price, and then prices start to lower and lower and lower. What do you think the guy who's selling the iPhone 6 is, or who's selling the iPhone gonna say? Price is too low. I don't want to sell it anymore. I will take it from this guy. If this guy is willing to pay 400, and if I'm selling at 600, how do you do that transaction? If he's selling to close the trade, how do you do this? What do you have to do at 400? You have to buy it. So everyone who's panicking on the way down is suddenly turning into buyers. They're becoming buyers in the market because they're panicking. Now, as they're becoming buyers, because they're getting too emotionally involved in such little movements, they're thinking this is now an uptrend. But they just closed their trade here and they're like, huh? What's going on? But then the trade goes higher and they're like, whoa, what's going on? Maybe I need to buy an iPhone. I only have one. If I can buy 3 iPhones, it'll be better. Let me buy 2 more iPhones at this price. 2 more. Whoa, prices are going even higher. Let me buy 5 more. And then you tell your friends about it. Hey, John. Hey, Billy. Hey, Susan. Look at the price. It's going higher. You know, last week I made $20 from my iPhone. John, Susie, Paul, Rick, they all come up here and they're like, you know what? Let's buy it as well. My friend's making money. I should make money too. This is what we call opportunity. When you hear about an opportunity, it's late. That's the general concept. If you hear about an opportunity, it's late. So now everyone is now buying up at these prices. Now, think about it. Think very, very closely. I'm going to keep this price here. Look at this price, 2,700, 2,780, 2,700, 2,780. Everybody's buying. I'm going to take you back at the daily. I'm going to take you back at the daily. Just keep that in mind. 2780, 27 to 2780, somewhere in here. Everyone is buying up in this area, right? They're all buying, buying, buying. Were they buying over here? Not so much, right? The more higher the market goes, the more buying is going to kick in because they're getting greedy. Now, if more people are willing to buy, but our big boy is selling his iPhones, do you think if more people are willing to buy, our big boy is like, oh, good. I'd like for you to buy my iPhone at a much more expensive price. And then his smile suddenly becomes like this with some eyebrows. Right? Does that make sense? So this is the logic of the market. Now, in this logic of the market, of how the markets are working, it's pure logic of when people are buying, when people are selling. It has a lot to do with their buying and selling with pure emotions. As this happens, the big boys are showing you if they're going to come back. These signs are of the big boys coming back. Notice all the red candles prior. Does this red candle look very powerful? Does this red candle look very powerful? Yeah, It looks pretty good, right? So it's more than all these other ones. What about this red candle? So these are signs of our big boy is back. He's showing us signs that, hey, he's willing to sell at this price again. He's selling so much that markets are moving again. Now, here we go. Here's the important part that I want to come to you guys today, okay? Because just knowing buyers and sellers is not enough. You need to know this information, and then you can know how to know whose market are we in. Do not enter late. Do not chase the market. You only sell to buyers, and you want to buy from the sellers. Okay? In this whole concept, we're seeing markets are going down, they're going sideways, they're going down. Now, remember, we said, what are the charts? Each candle represents what? What is this? They're receipts. History of what this guy has been doing. Okay, so first this guy was selling some stuff. Some people bought, and then he sold it again. Now, how much did the sell go down? Did it go down a lot? Yeah, it went down pretty aggressively, right? Now, why would price go down very aggressively? Think about it. Too expensive. People are not willing to buy because it's too expensive. So if it's too expensive and the markets are moving down a lot, do you think there's a lot of orders, a lot of iPhones that he still has to sell? He has a lot of iPhones. He's like, oh my God. Okay, let me lower the price a little bit more and let's see. So he lowers the price more than he lowered it last time before the buyers came in. The buyers came in from here. This whole chunk is still buyer's market. Once we cross that, it becomes seller's market. Okay? This is not a sell here. This is the lowest point, and we never gone through the lowest point. Never gone through the lowest point. Never gone through the lowest point until we broke it. All of this is considered buyer's market. That is buyer's area. Okay? People get caught up into the minutia, into the little stuff, and thinking, oh, but isn't that support resistance? Isn't that a seller's right there? No. You want to use the lowest point before the buyer started to kick in and say, that is my wall now. We're going to use that wall as a indication of how far did the sellers take it, and now is he testing to see, let's see if someone will buy it at this price. Let's see. Okay, he's looking for buyers. Once the buyers are starting to come in, he shows some aggression again, and we're like, good, he's back. However, he didn't fill it in so much, right? How strong does he move down? Again, very strong. We're sitting here thinking, huh? What's going on? That face that we make, like, huh? Why is he going down so strong? Now, the problem is, we're more concerned of why, when the average trader is going to be like looking at this and saying, you see the difference there? We have to wait for the buyers to sell to them. We cannot sell with the sellers. Where are we going to make money from? Who are we going to make money from? If the seller is selling, you're selling, well, who's going to buy it? Yourself. So we cannot trade the design and the direction of the red candle. If you're trading the design and the look that you're seeing, then you're in the wrong direction. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, Euro USD daily chart. Market's going up. Here's the highest point. Focus, guys. Here's the highest point. Highest point, pulls back, and then it goes up again. Did this highest point get breached? Okay, you're in a buyer's market right here because you broke above recent highs. We are in buyer's territory, right? Right here. Markets went higher high. Now, in this buyer's territory, who caused the buy to happen? It's not just important to understand the break of support and resistance, but it's also important to understand of who began that move. So it's this fella. Okay, we're going to call him Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool propelled the market all the way to the top. Not this Mr. Cool earlier, because this Mr. Cool couldn't do anything. So he's Mr. Not Cool, okay? He's not cool. We don't like this guy. Mr. Cool, on the other hand, broke the resistance and made higher highs. Okay, now we need these 2 points of logic for us. 1, where did we break? And 2, who broke it? That's important, okay? We don't really know who, but we're just gonna call him Mr. Cool. All right, now, as we're looking at this, we're gonna go further. Mr. Cool made it as high as this price right there. That's the highest price he made it at before he started to pull back. He made it to this height. From this height, the sellers started to come in again and again and again. And then the buyer stepped in. Was this guy the next Mr. Cool? No, he didn't do anything. If he couldn't breach, whose market are we in still? That means the sell is still on. If the sell is still on, but for the daily guys, are they still selling? For the daily, what's the direction? The daily is a buyer. Mr. Cool, the big Mr. Cool, is still a buyer. But the 4-hour guys are like, it's not going up. It's still a sell. It's not going up. It's still a sell. Oh, look, lower lows. It's still a sell. Oh, look, lower lows. It's still a sell. Oh my God. What happened to my sell? What is that spot? money spot. That is the time when we all start licking our fingers and saying, where is my mouse? Where can I click the button? You know, bring in the ATM, you know? So that's the part where we start getting interested in. Of course, it's not as simple as I'm making it sound. Of course, there's a lot of work that goes into this, but I wanted to break it down into a basic logic. But this is the concept. We're looking at this area as it comes down, as it comes down, as it comes down. And we're like, good, we're gonna buy it now. Now, let's take this area and let's go down to, okay, I'm gonna put the purple line that you guys like right there. I'm gonna take it down to the 4-hour chart. Okay, there we go. Where is it? Okay, now focus very, very carefully. Euro USD 4-hour chart now. We're one time frame lower. What's happening here? Who's interested? Are the buyers interested or are the sellers interested in this area? What's going on? Still buyers. Okay, so they're not doing anything yet. And then this support gets violated. Oh, sellers come in. Interesting. What's going on here? They go up. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. This support violated. Whoa. Sellers are here. Sellers are here. Okay, they come down again. They pull back. Support resistance. What happened? What happened to their sell? Okay, they got violated. Back to the north side. So which means, is my big boy back? I don't know. Is that a BBB? Big boy back? Okay, is my big boy back? That's our question. We're just gonna try to go with the big boy. Like, okay, I guess our big boy's back because he's in this area. Okay. Let's try to get in as low as possible. It's Mr. Cool is showing signs again. So we're like, let's buy it as best as we can. However, what happens once we reach Mr. Cool's last level of confusion? Remember, Mr. Cool on daily, that's the highest price he had ever got to at this point. That was the highest. Again, at that area, he's stuck, okay? Which means Mr. Cool is not willing to let go yet. There are still people willing to sell to him. They're like, if Mr. Cool still knows there's so many people willing to sell their iPhones at a lower price, so Mr. Cool can be like, yeah, baby, I'll buy it at a lower price because I want to make money from it in the future, okay? So that's why he didn't take off. There are still people there. That gives us an understanding of, okay, wait, hold on. Sellers come back. Lower low sequence. Breaches. Oh, not really? Okay, breach. There we go. Lower low sequence. Coming down, lower low. Coming down, lower low. Okay, sellers. It's trying to turn around again. Boom. Very dramatic sell again. Still same area. Unable to go. Sellers coming in again. Lower low. Okay. Sellers coming in again. No lower low. But then we do have a lower low right here. Okay, so sellers market, right? Clearly sellers market. Lower low basically means sellers are taking over. Yeah. As sellers are taking over, the big boy is more and more happy because he's like, good. The more people come down, the better prices I'm gonna get. The prices keep going down and down and down. And he's like, excellent, me likey. Okay. So he likes those lower prices. As he comes down, this happens. Would you say that is your Mr. Cool coming back? Does that look good? No, that doesn't look so aggressive. It looked aggressive before, but that's not so aggressive. They're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. But then the sellers don't come down. That's weird. And then this happens. A higher high. Whoa, is that my Mr. Cool? I don't know, man. I don't know. Remember this area that support kept holding? Okay, they're gonna go down again. They're not going down. What's this? They're going up. They're not going down. What's this? Now, after 2 or 3 tries, is that not an indication that Mr. Cool keeps coming higher and higher and higher? So now is a time where we have to get in, but at the same time, keep in mind that remember Mr. Cool had some problems in this area, in that area. We need to watch that area very carefully, and we can see this time Mr. Cool was able to lift. He was able to go through this time, which means the big boys pushed it up, okay? We don't want to enter up here because now we're chasing the market. We did the buy as the markets were coming down, right? We want to do the buy as close to them as possible. We don't want to keep buying up here and up there and up there just because the markets are going up and we're like, oh my god, it's going up, we need to buy it now. No. We want to buy it from the sellers. Okay, I'm basically giving you a complete strategy here. I'm showing you how to look at which direction you're in. This purple line indicates you're still in a big boy buyer's mode. Even if it comes below the purple line, remember where Mr. Cool was sitting. Mr. Cool is not here. Mr. Cool is here somewhere down there, which means if price even comes down to here and then comes up, that means the buy can still be going. Okay, but we need the seller. We got to buy it from the sellers. Okay, thank you for coming today. I hope you guys had a wonderful aha moment today and you guys use this information to become better traders. Keep doing better. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. Cheers.